Hello, I am back. It's been a long time. I hope everyone is doing well as can be. I wanted to share a little bit about where I've been and why I stopped singing as much and uploading music. It has been difficult. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I was going through a lot of vocal difficulties post-COVID. Last spring, I started experiencing issues swallowing. I wasn't able to stop swallowing air every time I swallowed. It was very weird. That was actually right in March. And then mid-September of 2024, I was singing a classical piece, an art song that I've sung since I was like 14 or 15. But by the end of that session, I felt in my throat something I'd never felt before. It felt like there was a golf ball in my throat. It didn't immediately freak me out. I just thought like, oh wow, I'm like very tired. It could also potentially have been acid reflux. And I was like, I don't tend to get acid reflux, but could have been. The next morning I woke up and it was like 10 times worse. It was so sore. Oh my gosh, it was so sore. All of this, my throat, like the musculature of my throat was sore. Swallowing was bizarre. Again, that symptom came back and it hurt to talk, like just so extreme. And I wasn't screaming, I wasn't doing anything particularly acrobatic vocally. I ended up going to an ENT the next day and getting my vocal cords scoped. I was so nervous. Oh my gosh, I thought I had like blown my cords. He took a look at them and said they were fine. And he said I had laryngitis. I was like, okay, I guess it's just about vocal rest and we'll go from there. It wasn't really getting better and I was trying not to worry about it. I'm going to another ENT, so I went to another ENT, a second ENT, told him my symptoms, and by this point, I was also experiencing when I turn my head to the right or to the left, my throat sort of collapses in on itself. He said more rest, basically the same information. So by this point, of course, I was very distressed and just trying to deal with it. The anxiety was super high because, I couldn't sing and I was actually having a lot of difficulty speaking. And he told me to go on full vocal rest. So I went on full vocal rest and it just got worse and worse. And it just is the most horrible sensation. Wasn't able to swallow. I actually had to spit out my saliva because I wasn't able to swallow it. And you start producing more because you feel like there's something in your throat. So the body produces more and I like swallow it down, but I can't swallow. It's very uncomfortable. So of course, no singing, no talking for such a long time. And one day it was so bad that we went to the emergency department because I couldn't talk any longer. It was so tight and constricted that I couldn't speak. So I'd been doing research and trying desperately to figure out what was happening to me, and I thought it could be I was catastrophizing all kinds of things and really nervous that I would have very long-term consequences from whatever was going on. Clearly, I did not believe it was laryngitis. Essentially, I had to be given some anxiety medications to alleviate what was happening. You know me, singing's my everything. It's my heartbeat, it's my soul. My voice is, part of me. My voice is my best friend. So it was really, really difficult to try and process what was happening without knowing really what was happening and without having answers. After that, the medications helped, but it doesn't completely alleviate what's going on. It just sort of makes it not so extreme. Finally, maybe 3.5 months into this whole fiasco, I got to see an ENT for singers. And they told me it was muscle tension dysphonia, which is a fancy way of saying tension, like muscle tension. I was like, no. You're wrong. There's something neurological going on. I was very positive it was spasms of the cricopharyngeus or any other number of things. And after seeing this ENT and working with a speech therapist, I was sent to speech therapy, and I was fortunate enough to see her the next week. She taught me some exercises on how to start to perform some physical therapy on my throat. I came home and I started massaging in here like she taught me, and I had the biggest cry, one of the biggest cries of my life. Just so much stress and anxiety and emotion, everything just came like pouring out. It was a real moment for me, which I'll get into maybe more so later. That's a whole other conversation of what exactly came out, but people talk about how you store emotions in the body, and I've always believed that to be true, but I've never experienced it. I've never cried in a massage. I don't think I hold a lot of tension in my body that I'm aware of, except clearly because I shoved it all in my throat. Oh my gosh, worked so hard on centering myself and working on these techniques, and anxiety, working through that, of just the anxiety of not being able to sing. But anyway, sorry this is so long. That marked the beginning of starting to then do the work to heal. And it's been hard. It's been very hard. I'm very grateful to be in a position where I can receive treatment and keep moving forward and have such a loving partner and family to help me through it. It's been very devastating. I mean, singers, artists will know what it's like to lose your art form. It's I don't really have the words to describe what it feels like. It's the scariest thing that I've had to work through existentially, So I'm working through it. I'm trying to move forward. Singing is still difficult. Some days are better than others. I'm just really trying to increase my stamina. I'm also having to relearn how to speak because I've had so much tension in my throat. That seems to be constant. It's not just from singing, it's from speaking, and I'm not sure when and how this all started, but it's all coming to the surface now. So, I've been singing forever, since I was 4. I started performing and singing with my dad, and it's just always been what I do. It's still difficult to have days where I can't sing even the most basic, of songs. I can't do things that I used to be able to do as easily. On the other hand, I often can feel the release of the tension that I'm working through, and that feels great. I have hope and optimism that I'm moving forward. I really miss singing, and I really miss producing music, and I really loved the live streams. Even though I was dealing with so many COVID issues when I was live streaming, it just brought me so much joy. I'm starting actual talk therapy too, which is going to be amazing. And I love talk therapy. Someone to listen to me talk about myself for for an hour every week, amazing. Sign me up, you know. I'm just gonna be as transparent as possible because I think it will help other people. I think I have quite healthy technique, to be honest. I've never done anything that I ever thought would damage my voice. It's the most important thing to me. I want to be singing when I'm 80, you know. So it's important to know that these things happen to all types of singers for all types of reasons, and we have to be emotionally prepared to persevere without feeling the shame and the guilt. I did feel a lot of guilt and fear and shame that I had done something to hurt my voice, which was very devastating and very scary to think that I had messed it up somehow. I think it's other stress and a whole bunch of things that are, you know, that I shoved in here. I just want to say thank you to everyone who stuck around, who will continue to support me. I disappeared for almost 2 years. It's been a long time that I've been dealing with vocal issues, and the past 6 months, it's really come to a head. I'm excited to baby step my way through singing more. I appreciate you all, and much love. Thank you for watching if you made it this far, and more to come. Peace and love.